Right, so welcome to a daily race A, where we're in some road cars at the Tokyo Expressway. Now obviously these cars are not standard at all. They've been shown to have massive speed and power, but obviously being road cars, not a lot of downforce and therefore not a lot of grip. So can only mean absolute carnage everywhere. So basically the objective of this race, or of these few races, is to not lose any safety rating, and with cars like these that's going to be a bit of a challenge. But anyway, coming straight through into the first corner, GTR goes around on the inside, bit of contact over there, but yeah, making it through, coming through turn 2, GTR again trying to get the move on the inside, getting through, and well, yeah, no deaths at all, no one spinning out. Well, there's the other two, the 4-second penalty already, but yeah, surprisingly get through there alive. But anyway, some inappropriate touching from the GTR behind as well, yeah, as they get through, coming through there, and then coming through here as I forget to brake and follow them all into the wall again, and then Alice again in the R2 contacting someone from behind, and yeah, that just seems to slow them down and allows me to get through. Coming into the braking zone, we can see, well yeah, them coming through again. As we take this hairpin going onto the straight, we are now able to see the advantage of their four-wheel drive. Yeah, getting a bit loose there with AMG, and see now they just walk away. But unfortunately for Alice in this case, it's not enough, as well yeah, that 4.5-second penalty takes action. And yeah, a lot of people seeming to go with the R2 GTR. Seems to be really good in the straights and well, excellent in the corner exits, but not so good in the twisty bits. Whereas this Mercedes seems to be the opposite, really good in the corners, but not good coming out of the corners. But anyway, coming into turn 1 of lap 2, ghosting there, and well yeah, taking a little bit of advantage of the ghost, trying to get through the GTRs, the R35 coming down the inside again, and yeah, still in third. And then coming through the section, there's another GTR there on the inside, bit of contact by Batman, and well yeah, that pushes me a bit into the wall and allows them to get through. You can see Batman pushing through the other GTR there, which then pushes me into the wall, and then well yeah, gives me off a second penalty for that. Simply lovely. But anyway, fast forwarding a bit, coming to the last corner, the hairpin for the straights, where you can see the 1.5 going through, but contact between me and Batman, they kind of back out a bit. And I'm moving on a bit where the superior braking performance of the Mercedes is being demonstrated through the getting past that blue GTR rather nicely. But anyway, we see the end of lap 3, we've got another half-a-second penalty, as almost get sent into the shadows from behind, and then proceed to get pushed into the wall by that very same GTR. Look at that, into the wall. So yeah, down into 7th of the penalty. But anyway, fast forwarding a bit, coming on the inside of the GTR, trying to get through, and yeah, superior grip of the Mercedes allowing me to just sail on through. I was going to move on the blue GTR, and now coming to the end, got another half-a-second penalty, which just allows the blue Nismo to come back through and take the 5th, which means I'm going to come home in 6th place, and the safety rating decrease. So to race 2, where well there are 2 GTRs in front of me and a bunch more behind as we come down to the first corner, where Alexandra gets hit from behind and sends him flying into the Italian, almost taking him out through there. Anyway, coming through into the second corner, where that same Italian kind of pushes me into the wall, but doesn't matter because he gets taken out straight away. And now getting past the German there in the rear GTR, they're coming through, trying to stick it close, or stick close behind the Polish driver in the blue GTR, as well yeah, gets a 1-second penalty through there, and then proceeds to not take the corner. But I'm moving on to the hairpin before the straights, where both the GTRs have massive penalties, which just means I'm gonna get through 2 seconds and well stay there until the very end. And as a result, safety rating has increased slightly. turn 1, and yeah, I'm completely bombarded by a bunch of listening GTRs, getting attacks left, right, and center, and proceed to be taken out. And now this ignited rage within give me the strength to get by all of these motherfuckers. And by the time we get to the end of the straight, we're up into second, but unfortunately not having quite enough, quite close, but just not enough to get first. But do get an increase to the safety rating again. To race 4, as I casually get overtaken by the GTR and the Supra, coming up to the braking point and almost get taken out by the Ferrari there, but actually making it through. Then half a second penalty, probably another half a second penalty for colliding with the walls. Taking up to 1 second, and now coming up to solve the penalty where that 1 second penalty has turned to 2 seconds, and that just allows a few cars to get by, putting us down into 4th. As we come into the braking point, getting quite close behind Ferrari, but braking a bit too late and throwing it into the wall. Come through into turn 2, just no place to actually get by through there. And while then the R32 in front throws himself into the wall, and that's another position, but then obviously another half a second penalty there to be served, which allows them to get back through. But then again the GTR bins it at the same place, as you're gonna see, boop, into the wall, and that gets me back to third, and end up staying in third, finishing, well, in third again. I don't know how many more times I'm gonna say third, but third. And now another SR increase. Now I actually thought this was gonna be a challenge, but it's turning out to not be, so